Welcome back to the course. In this lesson, we are looking at security settings. So we don't actually need any hardware or anything set up in order to access security settings. We just come in here and we click Settings and we click Protect this project. Now, I've already gone ahead and protected this project. You'll be asked to fill in a user admin role. It'll just ask for a username and a dedicated password. You can see here already that I have mine set up. So I am an engineering administrator with the username Alveare and a password. And then I have created a new user that is a engineering standard and a custom role type. So you can do things such as setting the maximum session timeout, how long someone's allowed to stay idle for before it times out and logs them out of the project. And you can also set your custom roles on the top right here on the Roles tab and set things such as custom. And in here you have your runtime rights, which there are none because I don't have any particular hardware set up at the moment. And my general rights, again, because I don't have any specific hardware set up, I only get the engineering rights over the entire project. So the engineering administrator is able to do everything. Our engineering standard is able to open the project with read rights and open the project with read and write rights. And then our custom has the added benefit of being able to manage users and roles. Now what you'll find is when you add particular hardware, that more information and rights will become available in these windows. And you can create different types of user roles for different user groups when it comes to things like interacting with HMIs and stuff like that. Once you've set up your users, you'll notice that you have a security features tab here. Well, as soon as you create a protected project, this appears. So as soon as you've clicked this button here, protect this project, this tab will appear. And in here we can do things such as generate or store certificates. So we have 3 tabs along here. Now we don't have any certificates right now because we're not using anything that requires those. But yeah, you can put your certificates or your certificates that you use for the modules that require certificates will be here. And you can do things such as setting up your firewall services, creating VPN groups, NTP servers for time management, and your log files and Siemens radius stuff all appear here, but only when you have a protected project. If you don't have a protected project, you can't access this security feature stuff. One thing that is worth noting is the second you protect a project, you cannot unprotect a project. The only way you can unprotect a project is if you haven't saved it yet after clicking that button. It does mean as well that every time you open a project, you will need to sign into the project. You'll be asked for a username and password every time you open the project. It depends on what you're doing and whether or not you want to protect your project. But in my personal experience, if you do need to protect your project via this method, then it's probably something that is best done at the end of the project. The only time that might not make sense is if you have multiple people working on the project at once.